top 10 insights into NFL GOAT Tom Brady. Tom Brady, perhaps the biggest name in the National Football League this generation. The kids know him, the adults know him, everyone at the hotels knows him, even the people who don't know about the sport have heard of him. And that's the fame and glory he comes with as the most sought-after quarterback the game has ever seen, making history and proving his mettle game after game. Tom Brady didn't land amongst the stars when he began his football career. His life story is riddled with struggles, controversies, defeat, and success. But most importantly, this football superhero had unmatched bankability. And we're not just talking about his career here. The mercurial manner of his life extends to his personal life, his marriage and his youth, little of which a lot of his fans know. Having carved his name in stone into the history of NFL and American football, Tom Brady has become the GOAT of the game. Welcome to GOAT Sports, where we tell you all you need to know about the greatest sports stars. We showcase interesting insights into their lives, discover what makes them so great, and unearth amazing facts that you never knew. Before we begin, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for more eye-opening information on your favorite sports stars. Alright, let's get to it. Number 10. Backup? So let's start with the struggles. Tom Brady wasn't always a favorite pick. He had to make his way up the ladder by constantly being overlooked by selectors to make it into the main football squad. Back in his school days when Tom was a huge fan of the game, his enthusiasm was just not enough to have him picked for the school's football team. Later in high school, he was picked as a backup for the varsity team. Luck didn't favor him later when for the squad selection in Michigan, Brady was again left out as backup. Seems overwhelming? Well, it doesn't just stop here. He was even a backup to Drew Bledsoe at the NFL before making it to the playing team. Had Tom Brady ever given up in frustration, we would have never known him as the hero he is today. Number 9. Pet names. All that glory and love from the fans and teammates alike definitely earned Brady some interesting pet names. He's been a great man on and off the field and sure deserves all that connectivity. So Tom Brady has been called the Pharaoh, TB12, Tom Terrific, the Comeback Kid, Touchdown Tom, and respectfully is also referred to as Sir Tom Brady. I just don't recall the Queen of England knighting him. Number 8. Power Couple. So, time for a little personal life gossip. Touchdown Tom is no joker when it comes to his relationships. His wife is none other than the billionaire supermodel Gisele Bündchen. Both masters of their own game, we've hardly seen a power couple more powerful than Brady and Gisele. What's more, when it comes to earnings, Gisele, being the world's highest paid model for 10 running years, leaves her husband behind. Their annual earnings combined are larger than your average celebrity couple. Last recorded by Forbes at a whopping $72 million per year. And we're just warming up with our list. Check out what we have next. Number 7. Organization is key. So what makes Tom Brady such a successful quarterback, bringing accolades to his name even in his wise 40s when one expects great players to start losing their touch? The answer to this was given by Brady himself when he revealed to his fans his routine. While most football players like to party and treat themselves with some high time, Brady likes to use this free time to retire to bed early. Yes, he's an early sleeper, which means he's also an early riser and is firm on his routine. He and Gisele also follow a strict diet that prohibits any sugar and dairy products and includes lots of veggies. Number 6. No coffee, sir. Extending on Tom Brady's extraordinary diet, he's also been well away from coffee. So much so you'd almost believe he's allergic to it. He surprised fans when he said in an interview he's never even tasted coffee. We guess an early sleeper doesn't need a morning booster to get things started, but perhaps coffee would have been a good idea before his first ever Super Bowl. For when his team was preparing to enter the field, Tom Brady was knocked out in the locker room. Number 5. Football Iron Man. We all know that the game invites all kinds of injuries, some of which we have seen are severe. But taking in consideration Tom's records, you would be surprised to know that he hasn't missed a single game due to injury since 2008. That was when he busted his knee in the season opener playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. Tom proved to be some sort of an Iron Man, avoiding injuries through such an intense sport. And it's not like he's been missing out. Tom started every single game from 2009 to 2015 before missing the first 4 2016 games due to his Deflategate suspension. Number 4. Ageless. Critics are appalled by Tom Brady's form as he entered the 4th decade of his life. At the age of 42, the football star seems to be at the peak of his game while still being the best NFL quarterback. And although his wife Giselle wants him to throw in the towel now, Tom has no intention of retiring till at least 45. We'd love to see him play forever though. What a gem he is to the game of football. Of course, Tom Brady has seen a fair share of shortcomings in his career. Find out the most tarnishing scandal of his life that jolted the player's future in the next fact. Number 3. Deflategate. Over the top? The Deflategate scandal is one of the biggest dark spots on Tom Brady's career, which paused the football world for a while and was notoriously blown out of proportion. The Deflategate scandal, arising in 2014 right after the 2014 American Football Conference Championship, accused Tom Brady of intentionally deflating the game ball to give himself an advantage over the rival team. The allegation got Tom slapped with a fine of $1 million and a 4-game suspension, which caused a huge uproar among the football pioneers, calling it a controversial and biased decision. After refusing to accept the punishment initially, Brady caved into the accusation a season later and accepted the 4-match suspension. Number 2. Brawn and brain. Tom Brady has always paid great attention to his health, both mental and physical. But did you know he doesn't follow the typical heavy weightlifting routine that most trainers just kill the players with? Tom's approach to fitness is more about technique than weight, as he believes lean muscle and stamina helps his agility and strength. Not only his physical training, Tom is aware of how his brain's presence is as important to a game as his fitness. To keep his instincts sharp, he practices brain exercises. Number 1. The last pick. If you think that because Tom Brady is God-gifted is why it was so easy for him to land at the top, well, you'd be wrong. Tom Brady was heavily overlooked by NFL selectors and missed the cut by a thread for the 2000 selection. He was picked in the 6th round by New England Patriots. Yes, 6th, and he was the 199th player to be selected. Imagine that. This concludes the list of the most surprising facts about American football GOAT, Tom Brady. The legend has outdone all his peers to become the greatest quarterback NFL has ever seen. Give us a like if you're a fan of this legend and tell us in the comments about your favorite Tom Brady moment of his career. We'll be back with another video covering the skiing GOAT, Lindsey Vonn. So until then, subscribe to GOAT Sports and stay tuned.